Okay, so the phrase I keep hearing is Trump have a tower moment. So Trump's tower moment is the phrase I keep hearing. And yes, he will have one eventually. And the tower just tells you that it's sudden doom and destruction, right? Where everything just comes crumbling down all at once. You can't save yourself. You can't stop it. Because lightning is the fastest thing on Earth. So, that the card kind of shows the tower being struck by lightning and now it's on fire. So everything is just destroyed. So what I want to know, since Trump is America's mirror, this is how we behave. We behave like he does. Will America's tower moments come when Trump has his? Will that be our tower moments? Because nobody escapes karma, like I told Epstein. So I told Epstein like I talked to him. But, no one escapes it. So, will we have a tower moment when Trump has his? Now, I do a spread differently now. There is 2 cards in the beginning that talk about you or the current situation. And then I flip 1 card over. Well, I flip 2, but the other card that I flip over is part of the outcome. So I do 2 outcome cards now. So 13 is the cards I use, but the 14th card is part of you, and the 15th card is part of the outcome. So we sort of get a peek at what the outcome will be. Page of Cups, surprise. And the first card we get from the King of Wands. So will we have a tower moment when Trump has his? So with the King of Wands, we get the 9 of Swords. There is a worry and a fear that America's karma has been building up for ages and doom and destruction will follow. So here's the King of Wands and the 9 of Swords. Now, there is either a King of Wands that will be president that will bring about a tower moment. Maybe something will just fall apart under his rule. Or a King of Wands, i.e. Mueller, will say something that starts a civil conflict. Right now, it's just a worry. It's just an anxiety. It's not a actuality. It's just anxiety. Crossing that is the 5 of Pentacles. There's your hardship. Crossing all this anxiety and uncertainty. At the base of it all, the 8 of Swords. You cannot escape it, no matter how hard you try. Just the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles. So offers, okay. So at the top, the Sun. So there is a powerless. There is a reckoning that will come. This is not escapable. Here's your confirmation. It is not escapable. So, with that being said, surrounding energy, Knight of Cups, and Ace of Swords. This feels very tribulation-ish, like the horsemen are riding in type of thing. This means probably invasion and King of Wands is probably war. Or threats of war. This is not a war. Threats of war. Because you're not going to really be traditionally invaded. Like there's not going to be soldiers marching through the streets, especially not here in the South. Everybody in the world has a gun. So this is not that type of invasion. It's more like the kind that they already have. The internet connects everything. You can talk to someone on the other side of the world like I'm doing here. So and for all those who believe in the rapture and tribulation, there it is. Where, who was that? It was someone in the Bible that someone died in one place and they knew about it in the other place instantly. And people back then were like, how could that be? International TV. It became a thing. So the Knight of Pentacles is in the fear. Another horseman. So we have sort of the slow build to a war because, Russia is testing this and North Korea is testing that, and neither one of them like us, and Iran is testing this and they don't care for us either. Then we got Boris Cujo, who just won, like I said he would, over there in, I don't even know what you call it anymore. Is it England, UK? What do you want to call it? So, the EU is divided. America is divided. Canada doesn't like us because Donald Trump. Mexico doesn't like us because of Donald Trump. Well, they don't like him. I won't say they don't like us. But are they going to rush to our defense? Who knows? So everything is a little shaky. So that's why these people just don't really give you the ease that you want right now. So the hopes. Oh, Jesus, Christian. There's the hopes. This is the hopes for some. That America gets its comeuppance because they have existed so long thinking that they are the baddest thing on the block. And you have to pay for Trail of Tears. You have to pay for slavery. You have to pay for women's suffrage. You have to pay for Japanese internment. You have to pay for Mexican internment. You have to pay for these things. You have to pay for, basically calling yourself a Christian nation and not behaving like it. When I was growing up, one of the 10 Commandments, it said, don't take the Lord's name in vain. And they would always say, don't say Jesus Christ in the place of a swear word. And I never thought that that's what that meant. It didn't make sense. And to me, when you talk about the Bible, don't take the Lord's name in vain. When they would take a person's name, it meant that they were married. Taking a wife, taking a this and all that. So if he was John Smith, you were Mrs. John Smith. Don't take his name in vain. Don't call yourself Mrs. John Smith and then not act like you're married to him. Don't call yourself a Christian and then behave otherwise, is what I thought that meant. That's what I still think it means. So don't call yourself a Christian nation and then behave anything other than. So I've always sort of thought that America will get it eventually. This is the hopes. Now, mind you, we're asking if America will have a tower moment when Trump has his. That's the hopes. It's not predictive. It's just a hope card. And mind you, God answers all prayers. Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes there is just no real hope of escaping time. In the environment is temperance. This is a good thing. Give and take, compromise. If you can get rid of the Yeti, then maybe some compromise will come about. Behind it is the Hierophant. This is the government. This is also a religious institution. So if anybody can call for some peace, it might be them. Maybe this is their time to shine, to regain some foothold into the communities and repair their reputation. Your word of warning is fighting. This is not going to go well if you start a war. Your word of solace is the uphill battle, diplomacy. It's not easy, therefore you must do it. The road less traveled is the road we need to be on. And your outcome, remember the surprise, it is crossed with the Ten of Pentacles. So the big wealthy country here, you will have a surprise. There will be a tower moment. It's not necessarily the doom and destruction of your country, but it will be one hell of a shock. Kind of like we wake up one morning and we see the headline that, someone attacked something like we did in 9/11 type of thing. So we won't have a complete doom and destruction, but we will have ourselves a tower moment. Not when he has his, though. So that's what I was asking. It's not the same. When he has his, there is a surprise to the country. So this is the outcome for the question. There is a surprise that follows. But this stuff is controlled by time. So this one we won't know until we wake up one morning and there it is. For no man knoweth the hour, right? Didn't even tell Jesus. So we will have a tower moment, for we cannot escape karma either.